It's not what you did, son, that angers me so. It's who you did it to.
Who? Nobody?
That nobody is John Wick.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you. Always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality is tragedy, bro.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the John Wick Minute, the show where we analyze, scrutinize, and celebrate John Wick 1 minute at a time.
I'm Samuel.
I'm Seth.
And I'm Steven, and today we're going to be talking about minute number 18, which begins with John seeing a baseball bat firmly planted in the windshield of his 2007 Lexus RX, and it ends with John being handed a glass of tequila. So,
Yeah.
So the Lexus, right? So I could not figure out what this car was. There's no logo that you can see. There's no model or anything. I had the slightest guess just based on the front curvature of the car that it was a Lexus, and then from the side profile that it was like a mid-2000s. So so this was the hardest car to find. Was this 2007 Lexus RX, but I did find it, and then I had found a website that had all the cars in the movie, and that confirmed it. So, wish I'd found that website first.
But now you
saved me a lot of time.
Like a detective.
I do, because neither of you would have guessed Lexus RX.
No, not at all.
True.
Not at
I
all.
like how you just jumped to half a minute before we even, we're not gonna say anything about John taking public transportation now.
No, that was actually my first note. Was how far does he have to walk to the bus stop?
Yes, Steven, this is a little what's the word? Biased, not biased. What's the other word that people use for that kind of stuff? Prejudice against you start with the Lexus, but that is not the first vehicle we come across in this minute.
You
I want
elitist
to break
hack,
down
you.
the bus.
You
That's where
elitist hack.
I want to break down to the bus.
No, actually, Steven's
not where
correct.
the minute
though.
starts?
It starts with the baseball bat in the windshield. So technically,
Right.
he's correct.
So
that's where we
the
start.
first car.
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah, that's technically the first car. We didn't talk about the mom Subaru or whatever that is.
That is
But
what
is
he's
the
talking.
Lexus,
That is the
man.
mom Subaru. Is the Lexus?
no.
Yes,
Yes.
that's what he's talking. That's what he
What
just
are you talking about?
spent this entire first
Okay,
2 minutes
in my-
describing.
Defense.
Neither
said
of
the
you
one
would have
car.
known what it was. So
Correct.
I was right.
Okay, you're right.
Even after having it described explicitly to you in
He's
detail.
been smoking
I
something.
said the white car, and I was looking at the shop minute with the sports car that's white. I'm like, that's a really cool looking Lexus. I don't know cars. That's
Not a cool looking Lexus.
Nope.
Oh, boy.
So-
This is not a cool looking Lexus.
Now
I
that
agree.
we've
I was talking
discussed-
about the sports car in the shop.
Now
why
that
are we
we've
at minute
discussed the
17:30?
Lexus, Steven,
Oh,
what's the
fine.
bus?
All right, you better. But did you have the bus? Because
I-
my point might still stand.
What's funny is that website did have the bus's information,
that's
and I
awesome.
didn't write it down because I didn't care about
All
the
right,
bus.
So
so
he
you
is an
are
elitist.
prejudiced. You are
He-
prejudiced.
We know this
All right,
because
I'm
he's the only
justified.
one of us who orders from DoorDash and Uber Eats.
Not in months, okay? That was a long time
Okay,
ago.
I have.
That was
never-
old me.
You ordered enough, but you ordered enough DoorDash.
I did. Uber Eats,
for
but yes.
mass lifetime
Right.
of like.
He's
It's like
the elitist of
when
the
he
three
and
of us.
Brandy, when he
I
and
married
his wife were
someone
dating.
who does these kind of things.
Right. So when he and his wife,
sugar
now
mama.
wife, were dating, we're dating. They would literally get like Uber Eats stuff or whatever it is you DoorDash to a house. I'm like, you realize we're literally 2 minutes from every fast food restaurant imaginable. You couldn't just go out to your car, drive.
I
2
will.
blocks and then
I will
come
give them
back.
a tiny bit of credit where they live. It's not quite that simple because Orlando. It's going to take you 20 minutes to get anywhere.
Right, but this was back
Right,
in
this
St.
is
Pete
in
when
St.
it was
Pete
2 minutes away.
when they live a
know.
mile from Taco
All
Bell.
Which is why my story
All right.
mile, it's like 0.4 miles.
Whatever.
From Taco Bell.
It's close.
Let's rein it
Pay
in.
me.
Rein it
I'll
in.
be your DoorDash.
You elitist hack. John Wick has
do
to ride
you
the bus.
Think that Vin Diesel knows the model of that bus?
Yeah, he's probably blown one up.
Yeah, or he's
That's
probably
probably
driven it backwards and put NOS in it. Like, I know. Like,
All right. Never mind. You're right. So this scrap shop is actually a real place. The Pine Scrap Metal that it says on the sign there, it's 3440 Laurel Hill Boulevard, and it even has their phone number
New Jersey
on
or
it,
New York?
718. Actually, it didn't say that part. It just says Laurel Hill Boulevard.
That's
But
Laurel Boulevard, yeah.
it does have phone number 718-361-1234, and where most minute-by-minute podcasters would have called that number to see what happened, I did not. However,
Where's my phone? Where's my phone?
if
Let's do this live on air.
Actually, that's funny that we talk about Fast and Furious and this because the Granny Shifting podcast, they talk about Fast and Furious 1 minute at a time. They did call the number on top of the pizza shop car on the air. They called it and put it on speaker, and it was just answering.
Oh, I
Okay.
wanted to be the first guys that did that. Where's your phone, Seth? Get it.
It's being used
Put it
as
up
my
to the-
camera, but give me a second.
Mine's being used as a camera.
Don't worry about it. We got this because I'm just gonna change what my camera input is. FaceTime HD camera.
Live.
Sorry for the poor camera people, but here we go.
Bringing content to you,
Okay.
the viewer.
So
That's what we are doing. We care about
I
you.
need this phone
Goodness.
number. Steven, what is this phone
All right.
number?
718
718
361
361
1234.
This is like high school prank calling again.
I think it's a real place.
It's-
It showed up on
Okay,
Google
it's ringing.
as a business.
It's 11 o'clock on the East Coast. Hold it up to the mic.
Hello. We can help you find another business in the area since the
Oh.
number you called is not in service.
Oh,
I'll
it's
look
not
for you
in
now.
service.
Wow,
Bummer.
Sad. Anticlimactic.
Bummer. Okay.
How
no,
much
wait.
was that? They changed it by one number. Should we just call one number up and down?
One,
The
two,
last?
three, 5.
But really, as this thing, if you Google it, this does show up as a legitimate business at that address.
That's
So,
funny.
yeah.
A scrapyard.
There we go. I'm back.
Yeah, a real scrap metal place. So John walks into the shop, and this is where the cars begin. I'll try and just list them off quick. On the left, we see a Ford GT40 with the number 6 on it. It says Gulf. This is a replica of the 1960s Le Mans winning car. Le Mans is a
Not
24 hour.
Alexis.
It's not
Or a
Lexus.
Tahoe.
It is not a Lexus
Yeah,
or
or a
a Chevy
Tahoe.
Too bad. Could have had a Tahoe, but no, they'll have to settle for a Ford GT40. So after that, he passes the 1970 Chevelle 396, which
Is that the one that you can like barely see below the camera?
it's. See, I got to be honest. I wrote a list of cars. I don't have the minute playing in front of me. But you can see 396 emblem on the fenders. That's how you know it's a 396. It has a, I guess, what's a CID V8 in it? Don't at me, car people. I don't know. I was writing what I saw.
Don't
on a
at
piece of
me,
paper.
car people.
Yep. It's forest green, but it looks black unless certain lights. Has 2 white racing stripes. This is the car he drives away as a loaner car after this interaction.
So wait,
Then
you
yes.
said the Chevelle is the one he drives away in?
1970 Chevelle, yes, with the 2 white racing
Okay,
stripes.
yeah, I'm looking at it. I thought it was
Yep.
like a Charger or something. Okay.
thought-
That's later. That's later.
Oh, okay.
He gets a new Charger later. There is a
Gotcha.
Charger later on. 1970 Chevelle SS, very, very popular car amongst car enthusiasts, and there are many of them in the Fast and Furious franchise itself. 350 horsepower, 415 pounds of torque, and it goes 0 to 60 in 5.8.
Nice.
Then there is something in the foreground really hard to see. I think it's an AC Shelby Cobra. It's a British car with
That's
a Ford
what I'm talking about.
V8
The thing in
engine.
the foreground.
Yeah,
Like the one that's really hard to see. Yeah.
the white one, yeah.
Yeah. So that's
It's yellow.
that. Okay, maybe it's yellow. The color grading is heavily blue
I
in
have no
here.
idea.
It's hard to see what everything is.
I have no idea.
And then as he approaches Aurelio is sitting on a mechanic stool thing right next to a 68 Charger, which is just 2 years off from Dominic Toretto's classic 70 Charger. And it's the same car, basically.
Yeah.
So, and there's a tool bench that's entirely stocked to its Keela. Or a tool cabinet thing. What do you call that? Toolbox. Big one. Which is pretty great.
It's a roll. It's actually the one that the tequila's on. It's like a rolling
It's a cart.
It's not the actual toolbox. It's the cart
cart?
thing that you you pull out from, so that most of the toolboxes are like big and they don't move too easily. So what you do is you have these little carts and you pull out the tools you need, throw it on that, roll it across the shop to where you're working.
This is just.
I'm assuming.
tequila.
I was about to say, I'm assuming from experience that you're speaking from, you also had a tequila cart at one point in your shops you worked in.
Well, I should have. I have worked in a number of shops. So that part
Hey,
of-
what's the
that part
red
I've
one
got.
on the lift behind Aurelio?
I couldn't tell,
yeah.
and it wasn't on that website, so I'm
Just
I'm
curious.
unfortunately not sure.
Okay, fair enough.
So
Yeah.
Aurelio not only comes prepared because he's got all the
Alcohol.
the alcohol there.
Tequila?
I wonder. So two things here. One, he's got a rag ready to go because they're obviously not going to drink over top that car without a rag because
Yeah, he's got a mat
and
on the car.
alcohol's
Yeah.
not good for paint and stuff. I don't know. But
I don't know if alcohol will go through
probably
clear
be
coat or
fine.
anything.
probably just a scratch.
He doesn't. Right, he doesn't want to
I don't know,
scratch
he's
it.
prepared.
Yeah.
Number one, he's prepared. But two, I wonder if like the time frame. It probably took. The guys probably went straight to the shop, right? I'm guessing. So what hours does he work? Number one is what I want to know. But two, the kids like Yosef probably went right to the shop, right? And so John's not
It's
getting there
daylight when
till-
they get to the shop, so
Oh, that's true.
so
So-
they probably had to wait till he opened, but they probably went first thing
Okay,
in the
so
morning.
yeah, let's say he opened at 6 a.m. Let's say that. Although
Sure.
you would, yeah, he probably opens at 6. Let's say that. And so they get there, they drop. So John's not getting there though for like another hour or two, right? He's got public transit from wherever he lives. You think he would have called an Uber or a cab?
Uber
But anyway.
did Uber exist in 2014?
2014, probably. 2014?
I don't know. Regardless, he
know.
took a bus.
Sure.
It is way cheaper, I guess. But so my question is, did Aurelio, is this like a normal shop? He's got it. Or did he like, oh crap, I know who's coming next, run to his office, or like try to pull all the stuff out of the cabinets, bring it out to the shop floor because he knows, like in case he doesn't want the tequila, I've got the scotch and the Jim Beam and the like he's got it. It's all his
It's a
top
peace
shelf stuff.
offering.
Like, yeah. That's what I'm wondering. Or like, I don't imagine he just has that floating around with all of his criminal guys there. I imagine he was like scrambling to get this ready for
I
whenever.
don't know. It's
John
either
Wick
that or
shows up.
he's a really cool boss. I mean,
He seems like that. actually.
He seems like the always has a cart of tequila nearby kind of boss. Come on.
right. And because he deals with a lot of high profile criminals,
Yeah.
True.
he
That's
he
true.
might keep it all available.
Yeah.
The
But
bosses probably do drop by often, and so he.
I like the fact though that John asks, "Is it here?" And
Yeah.
he
Oh,
pours a glass of tequila and drinks it before saying anything. The minute ends and he still has not answered.
That being said, real quick, that bottle of tequila they're drinking from is labeled Peligroso, which means dangerous, and this is apparently an actual a hint to John being a dangerous man, according to the IMDb trivia page. So,
Nice.
Is it here?
Cool. Do you have anything else for this minute? I do not.
no, I think that is it. Let's plug some personal stuff. Seth, what's your YouTube channel again?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel called the Utah Gun Guy where I shoot guns, I review guns, and I talk about Second Amendment related crap. So if you like guns, which maybe if you're watching this podcast you do, you can go check it out.
Yeah, and then I am also co-host of King Kong Minute, where we review Peter Jackson's 2005 film in this exact same format. My co-host Terry is over there with me. Sam and Seth are not, but Sam has guested and Seth will. So, yeah. Other than that, I think that's it for this minute. So then, let's see. It's Wednesday, right? Will you guys be able to join me tomorrow for Thursday?
No, I
Yes.
gotta sleep in.
Oh well, then we'll do it without you. Bye. No. All right, then, listeners, you will hear us, and viewers, you will see us on the next episode of the John Wick Minute.
So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks. We out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized. We out here making posters and we ain't got nothing to hide. We move forward like soldiers.